Hello, Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Ilyas bin Muhammad Sofi with matrix number 307111. So today I'm going to walk through how we can calculate an electricity bill based on consumption units based on a pseudocode. We'll be using a simple program that applies different rates depending on how many units of electricity a person uses. Okay, first, let's understand the problem we are solving. The entire goal of this pseudocode is to calculate the electricity bill for a given number of units used. So we will take input from the user, which is the number of electricity units they consume, and based on that, we'll calculate the total bill, which includes the base bill, SST, and KWTBB. We have different rates for different consumption ranges. As the consumption increases, the rates also change. Before we begin with the main calculations, we have to put the declaration and output. So the output I put here is put your electric consumption units, and the variables I've declared here is units, bill, total bill, SST, and KWTBB. Next, let's take a look at the first part of the program, which is user input. So the program will first ask the user to input the number of electricity units they have consumed. We store this value in a variable called units. This value will guide the rest of the calculations. The next step is to check which rate slab the user's consumption falls into, and this is done using a series of conditional checks. So here's the step-by-step breakdown. The first condition is if the units are between 0 and 200, the rate is 0.218 per unit. The bill is calculated as units multiplied by 0.218. In this case, there is no sales tax or KWTBB. The second condition is if the units are between 201 and 300, the program calculates the bill by subtracting 200 from the units and applying the rate of 0.334 for the remaining units. Again, no SST or KWTBB is added here. The third condition is for 300 to 600 units, the rate is 0.516 for the units above 300, and the base bill from the first 300 units is included. In this case, KWTBB is applied as 0.016 of the total bill so far. The fourth condition is for 601 to 900 units. The rate for the units above 600 is 0.546. We also apply SST as 6% of the total bill for this range. KWTBB is also applied. The fifth and the last condition is for units over 900. The rate is 0.571. SST is calculated as 6% of a combined total, and KWTBB is also applied at the last step. The next step is the total bill calculation. So after we calculate the base bill, we then add the sales tax, which is SST, and the KWTBB depending on the slab the consumption falls into. Finally, the total bill is calculated by adding all three components, which is base bill, SST, and KWTBB. Let's take an example of 250 units to show how this works. Okay, so let's assume a user consumes 250 units of electricity. So here's how the program calculates the bill. For the first 200 units, it costs 200 multiplied by 0.218, and it equals to 43.6. And for the remaining 50 units, from 201 to 250, it costs 50 multiplied by 0.334 equals to 16.7. So the total base bill is 43.6 plus 16.7 equals to 60.3. There is no sales tax or KWTBB for this consumption, so the total bill is simply 16.3. And what if the user consumes 500 units? The calculation will include higher rates and the appropriate taxes. So the final one is the output. Once the calculations are done, the program outputs the total bill. For example, if the user enters 500 units, the program will calculate and display something like your total electricity bill is 180.2.